Hey everyone, I'm Erin with Maha Moms, formerly known as SavePVSchools. There's been something that's been on my heart and mind for 3 months now, and so I want to talk about it today. I want to talk about the reactions I saw on my page when I posted the video clip of Charlie Kirk's Assassination. And I want to speak specifically to the people that tried to shut me down, tried to silence me, and told me all the reasons why I shouldn't post this video. And so I want to get into all those comments. I want to talk about the psychology of human behavior, and I want to talk about how our school board, Palos Verdes Peninsula Unified School District, responded to the assassination. Spoiler alert, they didn't respond. They ignored it completely. And I also want to talk about, if you were a fan of Charlie Kirk, what you can do now to honor his legacy. So let's get into it. I'm going to go through it post by post. I've been ruminating over all of these, and I want you to see them because I want you to experience things through my filter, through how it feels to be on the receiving end of things. So here's one. It says, it's written from Null. Null doesn't exist. I can't find their account. Null says, whoever posted this is fucked up. I didn't even have a chance to scroll. The next person says, same. And I've been going out of my way to avoid the videos of his assassination. This didn't even give me a fucking chance. Saw what I didn't want to see. Saw what I didn't want to see. Me too. I didn't want to see that either. And these are kind of my favorites because they always start off with, you know, the glow and grow approach where they praise you first and then they condemn you. So it says, love and support your page, but strongly disagree. This should be posted. It's disrespectful to his family. Yes, his family was there, but doesn't mean it should be posted all over the internet. It is also what those sending a message by assassinating him want everyone to see. That's true. Their evil, disgusting message. Then I got tons and tons of messages. Please take this down. Please take this down. And then I went to look for this person that says she loves and supports my page, and she immediately unfollowed me. And I have no idea who she is because I've never felt supported by her. Maybe she's liked a post, but as far as I know, she's never shown up to a school board meeting. She's never made any public posts. She enjoys her anonymity, and she enjoys just surfing through online and passing judgments on other people, what they should and should not post. Sounds like a leftist to me. Let's just clear that one up right away. First of all, there was misinformation in the beginning. Charlie Kirk was not actually at the assassination. She was not there at the event. Her kids were not there. And her kids are 1 and 3. They are not following SavePVSchools Maha Moms account. And one day, when they're old enough, they will want to know what happened to their dad. They're going to want to know the truth. And they're going to want to see authentic, real footage. Because that's how you get closure. That's how you have healing. And if you aren't willing to look at the truth, and if you aren't willing to take everything in and see it all, you can't heal. It's just called gaslighting if you want to turn and look away. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. If you need to do that for your mental health, if you can't see scary things, then that's okay. But you don't get to come onto my page and tell me that I can't look at scary things, because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to see horrific things. I've seen a lot in my life. And when people ignore them and look away and refuse to confront them, that's how evil wins. So I'm just going to read some other comments. Whether you like him or not, there comes a time when we must stop posting this. Horrific. I agree, and we're past that. We're no longer posting it. This is from 3 months ago, and I'm rehashing it now because I think it's important to address the haters, to address the people that want to silence you. I think it's important to have difficult conversations. Another one, take this down, exclamation, 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 exclamation. And then these are my favorites because while I support a lot of your positions, I think it's absolutely disgusting that you would stoop down and post this video. It accidentally showed up on my IG page. Do better. Remove it. Otherwise, you risk losing followers. And for what? Okay, so for what is for the truth. I like the truth. So help me God. I want to know exactly what happened. Tell it to me. I want to see everything. I want to know all of it. I want to know the truth. And the part about the followers to me, okay, that is just hilarious because I, from day one of the lockdowns, was protesting the lockdowns. From day one, I was walking through grocery stores without my mask on. So from day one, I said, this is un-American, this is evil, this is some sick agenda. I knew that from the beginning. And so when you kind of voice those opinions, when everybody else is like, we're all in this together, stay home, save lives, let's make sourdough bread, and you're the only one that's like, no, this is home imprisonment, this is social isolation, this is deadly. Masks are going to take away your power of your breath, of your spirit. When you start saying stuff like that, you lose followers immediately. So not only did I lose followers, but I lost my social media account. My account was deleted. And then when I did get back on, anytime I said anything, if you said the M word, masks, or you said the C word, COVID, or you said the V word, vaccines, we were censored. So all of us on the side of truth that have been speaking out, we don't care about pleasing people. If we cared about pleasing people, we wouldn't have an account. Like, I just wouldn't even be here. So I'm not concerned about that. And during COVID, I honestly, I was so disgusted with people. I was so disgusted that nobody, for the most part, was actually fighting back to get our schools open. I was. Nobody was fighting back when there was total mass totalitarianism. Nobody was fighting back when they were, except for a few of us, there was about 10 of us, okay? And I know who they are. And they would never tell me, come on my page. Those are my supporters. I got about 10 people, 10 real people that support me. So, yeah. So I'm not doing anything to be popular. I believe in telling the truth as it is, unfiltered, raw, just like it is. Okay, and here's another one. Again, starts with the I have followed your account. So let's just address that right now. I don't want followers. I don't like that word followers. It really irks me, but it's just the only way to label the connections you have. I wish that I could have it says critical thinkers or freedom fighters or independent people, something else. I really don't like the word followers. So anyway, she says, I have followed your account, and I don't want you just to follow me. I want you to do something. That's the only reason I post. I want you to see stuff, and I want you to be like, you know what? I'm going to speak up. You know what? I'm going to say something. You know what? I'm going to do something. So no, I don't want followers. But I do not support you posting this video. Then she goes on to say there's a spiritual side to this demonic, brutal, and cowardly murder that you are so callously, she calls me callously, defending for leaving up here. She's saying I'm defending the murder of Charlie Kirk because I'm leaving up the actual assassination video. And then she says, we need to protect the minds, hearts, souls, and spirits of our people, especially our younger ones. So first of all, this is not an account for kids. Your kids should not be on my account. You should be checking and monitoring your kids' account and making sure that they're not scrolling through Instagram or social media. Secondly, she writes, this normalization of, well, it will be everywhere and other similar videos are left up is no excuse. You can do better. Not honoring Charlie and everything that he stood for. This is wrong. So I want to be clear about something. When Charlie Kirk was assassinated, it wasn't just about him. It was about all of us. It was about all of us who fought this lockdowns, all of us who fought the mask mandates, all of us who fought the vaccine mandates, all of us who fought the trans agenda, all of us who have actually physically, in real life, dealt with the people that have come after Charlie. We have all experienced how radical and insane this left ideology is, and I just say left because there's no other way to describe it, but these people that believe there's 72 different genders and that they want to kill you because you have the audacity to say a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl. I've actually personally had death threats. I've personally had people sitting outside of my house. I've had personally teachers from our district attacking me online, talking about me in the teacher's lounge. How do I know? Because there's a very small group of really quiet people who listen and they tell me everything. So yeah, it felt really personal to me when I saw that because I'm like, every time we put on this shirt, we're making ourselves a target and we're being unapologetic and we're being like, we're not afraid. So I look at that and I know that could be me, even though I'm just this small nobody with 2,000 followers and he had 7 million. I could extrapolate to be like, gosh, if I felt this, like, and I only have a few followers, like, imagine what it'd be like to have 7 million people and thousands of people showing up and screaming at you and yelling at you. Like, I watched Charlie Kirk to learn. I was like, how does he do that? How does he sit there and stay so calm? How does he do that? Because I wanted to be able to do that. I was like, I want to learn how to speak like that. I want to learn how to argue like that. I want to learn how to debate like that. And I didn't even agree with a lot of the things he said. I've always been pro-choice. But I was like, wow, what is he really saying here? And I started to listen. I'm like, oh, he's trying to teach people that your life is so sacred and precious. And there was this clip that everybody's like, oh, he said if you're raped, you should still have the baby. No, you missed the point. What he said is, from tragedy, something miraculous can come. And that's what he was talking about, that the new life is a new life. The new life growing inside a mother is separate from the mother. It's separate from the father. It's separate if there was a rapist. It's separate. It's this whole new, brand new, miraculous life. And that's what was so controversial about him, is that people started to believe him. People started to change their minds. People that were considering getting abortion decided not to. People that were considering going on sex change hormones decided not to. He was creating this movement. And I'm like, so when he was taken out, that hit all of us that have actually been vocal. It hit us hard because it felt personal. So yeah, I'm sorry you can't face reality, but I know what it's like to be on the receiving end when you kind of go public with anything. But I have a feeling that this woman has no clue what that's like. And then I did get a lot of positive comments. So actually there was quite a lot of people that understood the assignment. I support you. The left needs to see what hate they have for good people. And that's what happened. And that was what I was thinking when I posted it. I wanted somebody on the left, like somebody maybe that happens to follow my account and be like, shit, this is wrong. We're on the wrong side of things. That's what I truly pray and hope will one day come from this. And then another one, Scott W900, said he is now a martyr. He's talking to the other people that are telling me to shut it down. Face up to reality. Love that. Grow up. Love that. He gave his life for us, our country. Stand up and pray like a warrior. We need everyone. Thank you, Scott. Love that. So I want to tell you, I reached out personally to our school board, SavePVSchools. I sent them a long email. I send them tons of long emails. I don't think they read through them thoroughly. I don't think they care, but I think that you should do it anyway. You shouldn't do things because of the results. You should do things because you know it's the right thing to do. And I invited them to come to the Charlie Kirk vigil. I asked them to please make a public statement condemning political violence, and they refused. They refused to do so. And so what I wanted to bring up now, if you have kids in PVPUSD, or you have kids in the school district, or you have a memory, I want you to think back to 2020. Think back to May 2020, when we were all, especially in California, locked up at home, and we saw the viral video of George Floyd. Immediately, everybody's putting up their black squares. Immediately, there's protests. Immediately, there's riots. And this is what our school district sent out. I'm going to read the letter that all parents received. Greetings, PVPUSD family and friends. Families and friends. We write to you today feeling a rage of emotions from sadness, anger, fear, and confusion. Sad for another unarmed black man's life, tragically lost. Anger is the story of killings of many other unarmed black people have been replayed numerous times. Fear to what these deaths represent to our students, and the impact the images of rioting and looting have on the social and emotional well-being of our students, families, employees, and community members, especially our black students. By the way, we have I think it's 2 to 3% of our kids are black, majority are Asian, second to that is white, after that is Latino, small minority black. Yes, you matter, we all matter. Family confusion. is how to properly communicate our feelings. Finally, confusion as to how to properly communicate our feelings in a way that best helps our community in times like this. So how did PVPSD communicate what to do? Well, they then started a full-on campaign of social emotional learning. They infused critical race theory into the curriculum. They spent millions and millions and millions of social emotional learning training that is backed by critical race theory, that is backed by Soros Foundation, that is backed by radical leftists. And I have all of the research to this. When I did post about that, what was really interesting, I was trolled incessantly for an entire month when I actually pointed out the money laundering scheme behind social emotional learning. I'll save that for another day. But anyway, this is from the PVPSD leadership team. And the PVPSD leadership team in 2020 said systemic racism has no place in the PVPSD nor in our society. Okay, they went on, but was there any kind of PVPSD? There's no place for hatred towards white Christian men in our society. No, they completely ignored it. And the same thing happened when there was the issue of the yearbook. There was no training for the entire community to learn about anti-Semitism. There was no mass marketing and commercialization and new courses and new curriculum to stop anti-Semitism. So we see the contradiction. And so I want people to see the images of what was done to a white Christian man so they can understand that this is not just about Charlie Kirk. This has been happening all over the world for the last 30 years, where Christians, conservatives, no matter what your color is, black, white, brown, yellow, whatever your color is, if you are conservative, these people want to erase you on the left. That is what they want to do. So let's make it really clear. The difference between George Floyd, 6'7", sorry, I couldn't help that. The difference between George Floyd and Charlie Kirk, okay? George Floyd, for the riots, 30 people were killed, 2,000 people were injured. There was 10,000 riots and protests. 140 cities were burned down. I remember walking, because I didn't stay home. A lot of people just stayed home and got their news from online. I'm walking through our town and I see the lady at the nail shop who was shut down for months and months and months. And now she's finally opened up. She's boarding up the windows. And now she's from Vietnam and she voted for Trump. She likes Trump. Anyway, I asked her why she's boarding it up. And she said, well, BLM said if Trump wins, we're going to burn this whole city down. So here's this woman just trying to make a living, and she's got to board up her buildings, her business, so that BLM doesn't burn that city down. Meanwhile, to this date, PVPSD, our school district, still allows students to post BLM propaganda at the schools. Teachers in our district still are promoting BLM propaganda. I've seen it. I have records of all of it. Whereas with Charlie Kirk, they say we have to remain neutral, which means we're going to remain silent. And then what I heard from a lot of parents was reports where some teachers couldn't help themselves. Well, yeah, we understand there's some people hurting right now, but Charlie Kirk was a hateful person. That's what their message was, as if that justifies what happened to him. So that's still going on. So I want them to see that video. I want them to understand the hateful person was the one on the other side of that rifle. So I'm not looking for like empathy. I'm not looking for support. I'm not looking for praise. I have all this on my mind and I want to share it because maybe it will resonate with one person. And as a friend of mine told me, like I made a video about the anti-Semitic article published in the Palos Verdes High School, and she called me up to tell me she shared it everywhere. Now this is a woman, she's in her 60s, and she said it inspired her to write her own article. And I was like, yes, like if you are like inspired to just like do a little something more, that's my only reason for posting, is to be like, do something about it. Like write, post, publish, whatever. So what I know about myself is in the last 5 years, I filed a lawsuit with my friends who are my real supporters against the school district, against LA County, against the governor over the mask mandates. I've made multiple public comments. I've written multiple public comments. I've filed multiple complaints. I've filed multiple public records requests. I've helped other people learn how to file public records requests. I've helped other people learn how to file complaints. I've helped people how to learn the legal system to defend their children and defend their own rights. And I could go on and on about all that I've done, but that's really not important. But if you want to come on and criticize me, like, I have zero respect for anybody that has stayed silent and enjoyed their anonymity and then comes on to tell me what I should and should not do. Like, I'm sorry. I have more respect for the trolls and the people waving their pride flags, because at least they're not afraid to go out there and share what they think and what they feel. And let's talk about what's happened since Charlie Kirk was assassinated. I enjoy reading conspiracy theories. I consider everything. I'm a critical thinker. I have an open mind. But some of this stuff is just, it's insane. It's really insane. So some people are saying that there was a trap door, that all of this was staged completely, and that Charlie Kirk fell through the trap door. I mean, wow, that is some major Hollywood orchestration. Other people have said that his security detail is in on it. I've seen all of the videos, and all I do is I go back and I look at the live footage. I look at footage from people that were actually there at the event. You can see their location was tagged, the date, the time. You can find all of that information to verify what is authentic and what is real. And the video I posted was an authentic live stream video from people that were actually there. And so I'm most likely to trust people that were there, and pretty sure that Charlie Kirk was shot. I'm pretty sure that he's dead. I'm pretty sure there wasn't a trap door that he fell under. I'm pretty sure this wasn't orchestrated by the cabal. So that's why I posted it, so that at least I could rewatch it, so I could zoom in on it, so I could examine it, so I could see for myself, because seeing is believing. And so initially I did think, like when I saw that, I'm like, this is it. This is the turning point. This is the point when everybody says enough is enough. But then quickly, viral images of teachers covered in blood celebrating Charlie Kirk's death as part of their Halloween costume, saying problem solved, were proudly posting pictures of themselves. People were making video clips and mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. And then just the other day, we see this sweet lady at Target wearing a Charlie Kirk Turning Point USA shirt get accosted by a nurse, by a customer, telling her she had to take off her shirt. So
it's not a plain shirt.
It doesn't have to be
It's a Charlie Kirk shirt.
Yes, yes, I know.
Are you fucking stupid?
No.
Why the fuck would you wear that? You're at work at Target. That's not a Target shirt. It's not a plain red shirt. You support a racist.
It's not racist.
You support a racist.
He's not a racist.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
Yes, he fucking is.
I'm sorry, but I'm not going to stand here and argue with you.
You're not. You should go get your manager. You should not be allowed to wear that at work.
It's your opinion, ma'am.
And you should not be allowed to wear that. This is going to be taken above your fucking head. That's insane. Insane.
Have a nice day.
Insane. Piece of shit.
So to close it all up, I'll just leave you with this. Yesterday I was driving in the car with my 12-year-old. I have 3 kids. He's my youngest. And I told him what was going on just about this post, because he wants to be a YouTube star. And I'm like, I'm always trying to prepare him for the comment section. I'm like, look, like, people are really, really mean. You have to have a thick skin. And so I told him, for example, like, I posted this video, and then a bunch of followers unfollowed me, and other people were screaming at me, take it down. They were really, really mad at me, saying all kinds of stuff, that I was disgusting and like responsible for the death. So anyway, I tell him all, and he just matter-of-factly says, it's history. They assassinated Abraham Lincoln. Wow. Talk about a proud mama moment. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. And if we win this war, Charlie Kirk will be in the history books as an exemplary person in American history who created a turning point. who saved the youth in this nation. That was his goal, and who saved the United States. So if you want to do something, try to be like Charlie, and don't bother policing my page. That's just silly. Anyway, you take care and stay free.